Hi, my name is Marcy, what's occurring? I feel a lot more better now. Feeling loads more better. And me and Badder are getting on. I just love him so much. Obviously, you keep going through these trials where, Satan's coming against your marriage, it just makes you feel grim. But the quicker that you get over, the quicker you make up, the better for you both. Do you know what I mean? Because you must overcome evil with God. Anyway, my this video now, what I'm gonna be putting to you is my opinion on communication. Okay, a lot of videos are talking about, getting good communication, and this is what you need to do, and blah blah blah. And that's up to you. That's up to you if you want to listen to that. But like my view and my opinion is this, because of my experience with Badr. Okay, because he's not very good at communicating. No one's not asking anybody to communicate with anybody. God's asking you to communicate with him. We need to be communicating with God. We need to be telling God that, our husbands can't do this, that, and the other. Because a lot of people are oppressed by demons and they can't communicate. And Satan loves that. He likes you can't communicate, so he can then come in with his thing. If someone's not talking, then it's easy for Satan to come in and start saying, oh, yeah, well, it's this and it's that, that, and other. And if you're not careful, you're going to listen to him. Some people struggle, and that's it. You know, I can remember back in the day, when people were using big words, and like, I don't know what you're on about. It used to get me upset. You're using big fancy words in a situation where you could lose your kids or whatever. I don't understand what you're on about. It just made me get upset because I wasn't good at communicating. But God's not asking us to be good at communicating with people. He's asking us to communicate with Him in these times of trouble. Isn't it God who pulls down strongholds? Isn't it God who, first made people reconcile to Him by reconciling His Son back to Him after leaving the earth and being risen on the third day? I put it that way because that's how I see it. At the end of the day, we need to be getting right with God, because that's, all our things, our treasures and everything else is in heaven. You want to be, your partner doesn't need to hear you waffling on about this, that, and the other, because communication at certain points, especially when you've got spiritual warfare going on, it's not a good idea to communicate. The only person that we should be communicating with is God. Bye, guys.